UFC Vegas 100 continues to disappoint. We lost another fight. Ricky Turcios and Bernardo Sopai. It's gone. The co-main event. The co-main event that should have been the first fight of the night is gone. What do we have left? We have Carlos Prates as a minus 800 favorite against Neil Magny. We have GM3. At least we have GM3. This card is awful, boys. It's so bad. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't love this card from a betting perspective. But I will say this. I picked the spots that I liked. We kept it thin. I'm going to give you 3 bets throughout this video, along with some DFS plays. But I don't have a single money line bet on this card. I shouldn't say that. I don't have a single straight money line bet on this card. We got wide lines. A lot could go bad. But the spots that I got, I feel good about. We're going to share those with you throughout this video. I will also let you know where you can get all my bets throughout this video. But before we do that, we're talking about how bad this card is. But some would say my bets last week were even worse. Okay, it was an awful week. Awful week. Rose Namajunas as the underdog. The fight kind of looked 50-50, so it's probably not a terrible bet, but it did end up losing because Rose Namajunas did nothing in round 4. She should have won that fight. She did not. Round prop, the over 2.5 L. Don't know what Marc-Andre Barriault was doing, just swinging bombs with 30 seconds left in the round. Stupid. Somehow I managed to pick the over on one of the 4 fights that didn't go the distance. So, big L there. And this one should have hit. This one should have hit. I felt so good about it. I was just waiting for Cody Gibson to lock something in. But 15 minutes passed and he didn't. He had all that time on top. Multiple submission attempts. Just couldn't get it to cash. Plus 450. I felt like that was a strong read. The opportunities were there. It just didn't cash. I hate to say it, but I'd probably make that bet again. Cody Gibson, you let me down. 0-3 on the best bet show last week. And we were on a roll, and it just came to a big halt. Down minus 2.75 units last week. We're now down on the best bets record. Let's try to cash some bets this week and get back into the green for the overall record on the best bet show. So let's hop into it with a parlay. This is as easy as it should get. Okay? Melissa Mullins, even though she missed weight, she's never going to look good on the scales just because the way she looks. But I actually like the weight miss. Okay? I like my fighter going in there with some type of advantage that the other opponent just doesn't have. Okay? She's going to be a little bit bigger. I think she goes in there. I think she takes her down. I think she just ragdolls her around the ground. I think she's got more UFC experience, more high-level experience. She's got the better skills. Claudia Segula, trash. Trash. The only reason she's in the UFC is because she's got a little bit of a cute face. She's a little cutie. But personally, not my type. Claudia Segula is not going to beat Melissa Mullins. If she does, you should cut Melissa Mullins from the roster right now. But she's not. Melissa Mullins is going to win. She's in the parlay with Mansour Abdul-Malik. Look at this man. Look at this man. I'm covering up his abs. I know abs don't win you fights, but this dude is an absolute tank, a unit, a big boy at middleweight. He should TKO Dusko in the first round. Okay, if he gets Dusko onto the ground, this dude's got a nasty ground and pound. He should be able to put him away. Could play both these fighters inside the distance if you really want to. But I'm going just straight money line. Mansour Abdul-Malik, money line. Melissa Mullins, money line. It's a minus 120 parlay. It's my 2 favorite money lines on the card. Put them in the parlay. 1.5 units at minus 120 odds. Lock it in, boys. From there, we'll move on to the Underdog Fantasy Plays. If you're in one of these highlighted states on the map, you can play on the Underdog app. There's a link down in the description. Download it. Use my code HeyJive. You'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. And you can put these plays in. Year to date, we're positive 48.52 units. Put these plays in, boys. We had a little mess up because Ricky Turcios pulled out. So that fight got canceled, which will void a leg. So if you have any entries with Tercios or Sopai in them, the leg will void, and it'll just continue to be played out how it is. So we had to make a couple switches, but I made the switches, and I feel pretty good about them. I'm not going to switch up the 5-legger here because I just didn't really think it was worth it. The card has gone to shit, and I'm not going to just throw something together just in hopes of, or just to have a 5-legger. So we're just going to make it a 4-legger. It's a 10x payout. Damon Blackshear higher on significant strikes. He should get over 70. Cody Stamann very hittable. I honestly don't see a ton of grappling in this one because neither guy has bad takedown defense. I think this fight could play out on the feet for a lot of the fight. Claudia Segula, lower on significant strikes. She's going to get taken down. She could get finished. She's not going to be on the feet, landing a bunch of volume. Dusko, same thing as Segula. He's going to get taken down or he's going to get knocked out. Fight could end very early. He's not a high-volume guy. Lower than 24.5 significant strikes on Todorovic. Luana Pinheiro, same thing. She's going to get taken down. She's going to get beaten up. She's not going to have a lot of opportunities to land significant strikes on the feet. Okay? I like that. 4 legs, 10x, $100 turns into $1,000. I like it. We're not going to just throw another leg in there to replace Tercios. We'll just take the void and we'll take the 10x payout. 3x payouts over here. Gaston Bolanos, higher on significant strikes. The dude is much longer, a better striker. If he can stay off his back and if he can avoid getting submitted, he will soar over this number. 30.5 is just too low. Zach Scroggin. Zach Scroggin sucks. Not a good striker. And he has poor takedown defense, poor submission defense. Just hasn't been exploited yet. Okay, and Zaleski's probably going to exploit it. Okay, Scroggin, lower than 36.5 significant strikes. I'd be surprised if he gets over 10. If he gets over 10, that means Zaleski's done something wrong. Because he should be able to go in there and finish this dude with ease. That's a 3x payout. 2-legger here, Damon Blackshear. Already talked about that. Charles Radtke, higher on significant strikes. I don't know that Radtke's even going to shoot takedowns because he's only landed like 1 takedown in the UFC. So this fight plays out on the feet. He's going to rack him up. Semmelsberger's pretty easy to hit. Semmelsberger's also got some pop, but Charles Radtke got some pop as well. I think the fight probably goes to a decision because this is welterweight. And welterweights are going to a decision at a very high rate now. And I think Charles Radtke, Semmelsberger, both pretty durable guys. I think it probably goes to a decision. I don't know that there's going to be a ton of grappling unless Radtke initiates it. And I don't know if he's going to initiate it. So I think Radtke could probably get 60 plus in this spot. So higher on Radtke there. That's a 3x payout. And this little 3-legger here, 3.27x payout. Tresean Gore, lower on finishes. Lower. I don't think he's that dangerous. Chikoli's only been knocked out twice. One of them was by Shar Magomedov, his last fight. And Shar Magomedov, he made it to the 3rd round with Shar Magomedov. Shar Magomedov is a much better striker than Tresean Gore. Chikoli probably going to be looking for some takedowns. I don't know that Gore's going to be able to get off his hands on the feet. I was about to say something sus. Tried to catch myself there. Jillian Robertson, higher on finishes. 9 of her 11 fights in the UFC, or wins in the UFC, she's gotten a finish in. She's a minus 400 favorite. She should get a finish here on Luana Pinheiro, who's been finished twice, back-to-back fights. Mansour Abdulmalik, higher on finish. All of his wins come by finish. Dusko Todorovic, been finished many, many a times before. I think he should be able to get that one. 3.27x there on the 3-legger. Put those plays in. Link down in the description. Underdog app. Download the app. Use my code AJI for a deposit bonus to the $1,000. You can put those plays in for free. Let's keep it moving. Around prop bet, we're going with the over 1.5 rounds in the main event. The only chance Neil Magny has in this fight is to take it into deep waters. Try to wear down on Carlos Prates a little bit. He don't want to be standing there striking with him. Okay, a lot of these guys that Prates has knocked out, most of the time they're just standing and striking with him. If Neil does that, he's stupid because he's going to get knocked out. But even if he does that, he could probably last 7.5 minutes. But I think Neil's somewhat of a smart guy. I think Neil knows he has to take this fight into the deeper rounds. So what is he going to do? He's probably not going to try to engage too much early on. Probably going to try to throw him up against the cage. We're going to take some clock away. Carlos Prates, not an overly aggressive guy. Very precise. Very patient. Big power, but he's not going to overextend himself in certain scenarios. In a 5-round fight, over 1.5 at -130, I'm about it. 1.3 units there to win one back. Over 1.5, I love it. I love it. We'll move on. If you want all my bets, jump in the Home of Fight Picks premium membership on Winnable. You'll get all the bets that I have sent directly to your phone, texted to your phone. So throughout the week, when I'm putting my bets in, it gets sent to your phone. You get to lock the bets in when I send it to you, and you don't miss out on any lines. That's big on DFS because DFS lines tend to move pretty drastically from when I put them in. So that's huge. Year to date, we're positive 37.82 units on Sportsbook and 48.52 units on Daily Fantasy. So that's about 86, a little bit over 86 units year to date. We had a bad week last week, but that means nothing going into this week. Same thing as if I had a win last week. Doesn't mean anything. It's a full slate. That's why we look at the year to date. We want to be profitable over the year, which we are. So we move on to the next week. This is next week, and we can have a big week. I like Apex cards sometimes. This one is really rough, but we'll see. Keep it moving. To the Betr Picks lineups. If you're in one of these purple states, download the app. Download Betr Picks. Link down in the description. Use the code HAJOB for a deposit bonus of $250. You can cash slips like these. 50x. Would love to hit a 50x this week. Can't wait for that. Download the app. Get that deposit bonus. Put it on these plays. This is going to be a 7-legger. It's an 8-legger overall, but Tercios is going to void, so it's about a 49x payout. So it's going to be $50 to win $24.50 because we lost a leg. Segula under. Blackshear over. Bolanos over. Todorovic under. Pinheiro under. Radke over. Those are all we've talked about. Tresean Gore higher on significant strikes. I think the fight could go the distance. Tresean Gore going to be smacking a lot of low kicks. Shar Magomedov had a lot of success with the low kicks. I think Tresean Gore gets over 40.5. $50 to win $24.50. That's a 49x multiplier. Would be a 50x, but I use my Betr Bucks. If you don't use Betr Bucks, it'll be a 50x. 2-legger here. Melissa Mullins under on significant strikes. She's not a high-volume girl. She's going to want to try to get this fight to the ground, and I think she will. Luana Pinheiro, lower on significant strikes. Already talked about that. Todorovic, under. Segula, under. Those are 2 legs, 3x payouts. Once again, if you're in one of these purple states, download the app. Put these plays in with your deposit bonus that you get up to $250. Use the code HeyJive when you download and sign up. And they just announced you can win up to 2,000x your money now. Boosted plays. You can win up to 2,000x your money. That's the biggest out of anybody on the market. Link down in the description. Prop bet. Jillian Robertson by KO or sub to win inside the distance. -135. We're betting chalk. Small chalk on a woman to get a finish. That should raise some red flags, right? You're wrong. Okay, Jillian Robertson, 9 out of her 11 wins in the UFC are by finish. She is a finisher. Luana Pinheiro wilts to the pressure. Jillian Robertson, she's going to pick that single leg. She's going to drop her down to the ground. She's going to land some elbows. Bang, bang, bang. She's going to fish for the neck. Luana Pinheiro is going to cover up. Bang, bang, bang. Elbows to the head. 12-6. She's cut open. She might not make it. Ref, please call the fight. The fight gets called. We cash our bet. Jillian Robertson getting this finish. -135. I'm putting 1.5 units on it. Just a little insider information. Jillian Robertson. I saw her at the gym the other day. She looks primed, boys. She looks primed. My coach trains her sometimes once a week throughout her fight camp. He trains her. I know my coach. My coach is a great coach. I know her striking has come a long way. He is a good part of that. I think she wins this fight. I think she wins this fight inside the distance. She is going to get it done and cash our bet by KO or sub -135, 1.5 units. Getting it done. Lastly, you can join the free Telegram channel. There's a link down in the description to do that. I'll give out some free plays there. some NFL plays. Last week, I had to take a little break, NFL. I just had to pass on it, boys. I just had to pass. But this week, we might have to get back to it. And especially once the UFC is over, I'm going to go hard on the NFL and college football. But still giving out free UFC plays, just like this when we hit the 5-legger 2 or 3 weeks ago. We hit the 5-legger for 20x. We might hit that 4-legger for 10x this week. I'm looking forward to it. Like the video. Comment down below what your best bets are. Appreciate you for watching. Till next time, HI Picks. We out.